Yo, what's going on, everyone? Miles Midoriya here with the review and recap of All American Season 6, Episode 2. First up, in the beginning, everyone's at the beach house. Everybody's starting to clear out. Spencer was going to leave Olivia and Jordan alone while he took the dishes in the kitchen, but she offered and rushed off to clean up. That clearly wasn't suspicious at all. Inside the house, Jordan's trying to get Layla to move in with him, and you could tell that she's hesitant. Maybe it's because AJ was crying or it's something else, but it doesn't seem like she wants to move in just yet. I did like this part because I wondered if this would happen, which was the baby crying, keeping all of them up, and it did happen. And it was funny when Asher and Jamie started to leave the room to see all of them outside the door. It's the next day, Spencer and Olivia are talking, and he's wondering why she was avoiding Jordan, and she says she was nervous to tell him that she was writing a biography about Billy. He let her know that she shouldn't put that off. That's something that she definitely shouldn't put off, and she told him that she'll tell Jordan that day. Their talk did get interrupted when the announcer said good luck to Spencer James and the Condors. He was a little annoyed that the media's just focused on Spencer James. He wants them to focus on something else about the football team, but that's what he says now. Later on, that's going to change real quick. It's practice time, the media's there, and Spencer's teammates are joking about how the media's always asking them questions revolving around Spencer. You know that gotta be annoying. Spencer told them get a reporter something new to talk about. They changed up the plays, which was questioned by Terrence. Kenny already knew. He told them they just trying to show off. See, that's a good coach right there. To other people, it might be random. To him, he already knows what they're doing because he knows his team. At the end of that, it was a cool play. They was still asking about Spencer. I was like, did y'all not see them out there making them plays? After practice, the reporters were being messy. They said another football team coach was saying that they're going to shut down Spencer and expose those so-called Cinderella Condors for what they are, a bunch of pumpkins. Spencer told them last year was a team success, this year won't be different. That question got to him a little bit, but it was a good response. Make it about the whole team and not just himself. If the reporters keep talking like this, Spencer's not going to have it easy throughout the season. The reporters are leaving and Terrence has a talk with Jordan. He told him that he saw most of his game tapes and that he deserves more attention. Jordan was saying that when you got a wide receiver like Spencer, it makes things easier. Terrence told him he also knows he doesn't have to worry about giving one guy too much credit. The good ones know how to take plenty all on their own. And who knows if Spencer will be there next season, and to make sure that he's looking out for the team's best interest. I gotta say, it is good that Jordan has somebody that wants to see him be the best that he can be. Now it's time for Spencer and Kenny to have a talk. They're both annoyed by the reporters being around, and Spencer wanted to run private practices. Kenny said it isn't just about him, and Spencer said it's about the team. He brought up the pumpkin situation, and Kenny told him he expects them to drown out the noise like Spencer is. He let them know that they need those reporters to shut down the doubters and to protect the longevity of GAU as a college football powerhouse. Spencer chimed in and said that the media spotlight helps with all the above, and Kenny told him to get used to it. I like how both Jordan and Spencer have somebody to talk to, thinking about the football team as a whole. Now, what happens in the future is up to them, and hopefully both of them or all of them can get along in the future as well. Over at the Baker's house, Coop is telling Layla and Patience that Laura's at the courthouse with the DA pressing the judge to continue holding Miko without bail. But it's not looking too good without that door cam footage. Patience didn't like hearing that, and they try to calm her down, telling her that they got everything secured at the house. It's something Patience will have to figure out if she wants to move forward, because if not, Miko's just going to keep blocking her whether she's there or not. Back to the beach house, Asher and Jamie are talking about their busy schedules that they have for the week, and Asher brings up that he's going to talk to Laura about watching the baby because they got to focus. I get it, everyone's pitching in, helping out, but she wants her and Asher to handle something for the baby on their own without anyone helping them out so they could get used to things. It's good for them to get help from their friends, but it's also good that she recognizes that they're going to have to do some stuff on their own without them. Moving along, Olivia's finally talking to Jordan. She tells him that she wants to write a biography about Billy, and he told her it sounds cool. Even though he said that, he told her that it'll be opening a door into their lives, and her writing projects have a way of turning their lives upside down. That's kind of true. He told her it's not just another story, it's about their dad. Now here's where Jordan starts to get mad a little bit. She said from the beginning she told the publisher that she wanted the story to be real and meaningful. But by the way she was talking about it, he thought it was just a project for her English class. Here's where this name pops up again from the first episode. Her friend Ashley had a connect, so they sent the proposal and they liked it. It's funny how they not alluding to who Ashley is, but once again from online I've seen people say Ashley is a man, and I think will show up in a future episode. If that's true, I knew they were going to show that character at one point or another. And also kind of reminds me of that episode from One-on-One when Brianna had a friend whose name they thought was a woman who actually turned out to be a man. Comment below if you remember that classic show. For Jordan, I do think he's overreacting a little bit. Yes, some stuff in there could be too personal, but I imagine she would tell the story in a way that would honor their father. Besides, it's better if she does it than some random person piecing stuff together to make a book about him. Spencer's at home having a talk with Grace. This is one of the scenes that we saw from the trailer a while back. He's telling her about everything that's popping up, the Heisman stuff, the draft, and whatever's happening next year is another distraction. She told him deciding about going to the NFL is not a distraction, and he said he was talking more about the team and coach. Grace let him know that those aren't his problems to solve. He's been working and planning to get there. Is he putting his dreams on hold because the impact on other people? Because seeing him graduate was her dream for him and that doesn't happen if he enters the draft early? Because it would mean another long distance relationship for him and Olivia. She told him he needs to silence the noise. This is about his future, his dream. That's true with what she's saying. We know in the past season, Spencer's always there helping people out, and now it's time for him to think for himself and what he wants. At the lounge, Layla, Coop, and Patience were talking about self-defense class, and it didn't really go too well. She felt like it was all about being a victim, needing someone to help someone else. Coop brought up the situation that happened with her and Mo, and she told her that it's just a process. In the next scene, AJ was crying, Spencer and Jordan popped up, Asher told them they may have to go to the baker's house, and Jamie felt bad that they were kicking them out of their own house. He didn't see it that way, but she thought it would have been their first night handling a baby on their own. She just wished that they were better at it. She is right, Jordan and Spencer shouldn't have to leave their own house, but we know they don't mind it because they're friends or they're more like family. She just doesn't want anything to be a bother to other people and for them to handle things on their own. Jordan and Spencer get to the house and they was not joking about them walls being thin. He had asked Layla if Olivia has told her about the book, and when he said that, Olivia heard it through the wall and she turned her head so quick. He's telling Layla he wished she didn't act like she cared about what he thought when she already made her decision. He's tired of people telling him he's a part of something and treating him like he's not. That part right there can be related to football. He's a part of the team, but he's getting treated like he's not because we see Spencer getting most of the attention when it's not just him on the football team. In the other room, Olivia told Spencer it wouldn't be right for her to do the biography without her mom and Jordan, the same way it wouldn't be right for her to write it without him. It's because Billy wasn't just hers, it affects all of them. Plus, if she does do it, she wants it to be the complete picture of her dad, which includes parts each of them knew. Back to Jordan and Layla, she's letting them know about what Olivia said to Coop in the last episode, and also that it isn't just another project for her, that she's still working through losing their dad. And he let her know that she's not the only one. I think she should have thought about that before she said it. I know she didn't mean any harm, but that's his dad too. Spencer and Olivia are talking about what Billy would say to them, and Olivia said he would tell Spencer it's time that he thinks of him. She said her dad didn't have that superhero complex that he has, and that's part of why he respected him so much. Billy once told her that you play regular football as a team, but you play pro football for yourself and your family, and that starts when he declares for the draft. That right there might be the time for him to start looking out for himself, to choose himself. That was some solid advice right there. He does try to help everyone and fix things. It's time for him to make the decision for himself and what he wants. To be fair, if he's worried about the team, leave it to Jordan. Jordan, as of right now, doesn't want to go to the NFL. He can lead a team to him, he can have his moment to shine, and Spencer can go play in the NFL and live out his dreams. It's the next morning. Spencer and Jordan are hyped because it's game day until Jordan talks to Olivia and she's letting him know that she wants a chance to talk to him and their mom. She just wants them to hear her out, and when she says Spencer's joining them and he's been a part of it before it was a book, the way he looked afterwards was not good. Jordan's taking some of it a little too seriously. I get the football part, him not getting recognized, but the book part, I think he could have came at it from a different perspective. Over at the lounge, Layla and Ryan are talking, and she mentioned about her and Jordan moving in together. You could tell now and throughout the episode, it's not something that she wants to do just yet. Ryan thought that it might not be that bad since Jordan knows he wants to be with her for the rest of his life and he wants it to start early. Then he noticed that Layla was looking at more self-defense classes. He had went through some of those himself. It didn't work out well, so he told her if Patience wants to know how to fight, he'll teach her what he knows. The whole moving in together with Jordan and Layla, I'm not sure. I mean, eventually they will have to, but I think they need to be more on the same page and communicate a little bit more. The patience part, I wasn't expecting Ryan to be one of the people to help her out, although it did seem like he was interested in what they were talking about early on in the episode. So hopefully this will be something that'll take her in the right direction to help her out. Elsewhere, Asher's talking to Laura about all the help that they've been getting from everyone and how Jamie wonders if they would be good at being parents because they always have help. Which makes sense, so he did tell Laura that he needed to ask her for help one more time, which we'll talk about that later. It's game time, and I gotta say, it was fun to see football come back, and of course, Jordan got mad. The other team intercepted the ball, and Spencer told Jordan it's good, it's just one bad throw, and Jordan said, how about he come back for the next one so he doesn't get picked? I understand he got that news earlier from Olivia about Spencer already knew, but he's gonna have to calm down and relax. While they're on break, Terrence is letting Jordan know that he got the power to take control of the game and how no one knows what he can do, which means this game is about to take a turn for the good for them. Before they get back to the game, Patience visits Ryan and was asking him for help on how to throw a proper punch. He told her fighting isn't knowing how to throw a proper punch, it's knowing when you throw that punch, it's gonna hurt. He's gonna have her help him out with some work around the lounge, which is probably gonna double as lessons. Back to the game, Terrence is trying to explain some plays and try to get them not to get a ball to Spencer because that's what they're expecting. But Kenny didn't want to hear all that, so Terrence had to talk with Jordan. He told him to do something they wouldn't see coming. That's exactly what he did. It worked out. They started scoring and they won the game. Here's where Spencer started letting things get to his head. He wasn't getting the attention like before, and these reporters came up to him talking about him not getting the football as much in that last part. They told him it won't look good for the Heisman or the draft, and what does Spencer do? He makes a rash decision. He was saying that GAU's team is an NCAA powerhouse, and then he announced that he was going into the NFL draft. He let him not getting any attention from the reporters start to get to him. Maybe that was the push that he needed. He should have thought about it a little bit more because he's going to push himself to the point where it may not turn out the way he wants. Y'all remember early on in the episode, he didn't want the media talking about him as much, but the one moment he doesn't have any attention on him, he changed. Also, Spencer's not only had to deal with the reporters, he's going to have to deal with Jordan and Terrence. Once again, nothing wrong with him helping Jordan, but it's causing tension with Spencer and Jordan. Plus, Terrence and Kenny gotta have a talk as well. Speaking of Kenny, he told Terrence not to talk to his players behind his back, and he told him it won them the game, right, and that GAU has a future beyond Spencer James. Those two are gonna have tension for a minute, but if they could work together for the better of the football team, they would be winning all kind of games. Kenny should listen to what Terrence has to say, and Terrence shouldn't go behind Kenny's back to talk to the players about different plays. Just then, Kenny runs into Spencer and he has to talk to him about going to the NFL draft, and he told Kenny he wasn't thinking about him in that moment, that it was a distraction for the team, so he took the opportunity to shut it down. Kenny told him he didn't do it for the team, he did it for himself. He saw the attention slipping away, he let his ego speak for him, and most of his teammates came to that conclusion. That decision may have some changes in the upcoming months. Later that night, Spencer gets home, Grace, Olivia, and Cooper there congratulating him. I like what Grace said on this one part. She said the path has not been easy and it may not get easier, but today it is closer, and now the world will see that he always knew that it was never impossible, that it was his for the taking. It was a nice moment seeing everyone around him celebrating. I do think this may have been a push that he needed, even though it was in the moment, but who's to say he wouldn't have kept putting it off? That night, Olivia had her meeting with Laura, Jordan, and Spencer. There she tells them about her writing a biography about Billy and how she already has a publisher. She told Laura that she's sorry she didn't tell her, and Laura wasn't mad, she's proud of her, and how Billy wanted to write an autobiography one day and that he would be happy. Then Jordan said he wanted her to feel like their home was home again, and she said she wasn't letting him do the project for her, she was asking him to do it with her, so they cool again. At Billy's old house, Asher and Jamie are there. He tells her that Billy's father lives in Florida now and no one's really staying there, which means Asher and Jamie will be staying there now. They got a place of their own. They can take on full responsibility of being parents and taking care of AJ on their own. At the beach house is Jordan and Layla. He's still talking to her about moving in, but Layla tells him she wants to wait until she's married. He says she hasn't mentioned that before, which I do think that's an excuse because she hasn't been into the idea from the beginning of the episode. I don't know if he bought what she was saying, but he went with it. Back at the Baker's house, Spencer had asked Olivia about what Jordan had said, about her saying it doesn't feel like home. She told him she's still trying to figure out how the new her fits in there. He let her know that he felt like a piece of him was missing and how home for her is someplace else. How's he supposed to feel about that? She said it has nothing to do with how she feels about him and brings up the NFL draft and how he doesn't know where they're going to place him. In London, she had to learn so much away from home. She had to grow up. Soon he'll be on that same journey. She just hopes that he's ready for it. That's where the episode ends, and it was a great moment along with the music playing. That is true. We all have growth, and sometimes that may not be in the environment that we're used to. So yeah, said place may be your home, but you could have a home at another place as well. Another place that may mean something to you. Spencer will understand that when he's in the NFL and on the move. LA is his home, but he might get picked up by another team. He'll be exploring and going to different places that he's not familiar with. Overall, it was a cool episode. I know the show's gonna have drama, but a little tired of the drama between Spencer and Jordan. Before they dropped the trailers, it just would have been nice if they didn't have any drama between these two. For the Layla situation, I think she should just tell him why she doesn't want to move in together. Some of these moments in the episode could have been handled differently if everyone just sat there and talked like Olivia did at the meeting about her writing Billy's biography. Oh yeah, I gotta add in there, I like both of the moments when Grace was talking to Spencer and then the last part when Olivia was talking to Spencer. But y'all let me know in the comments, what did you think about the episode? What did you like or dislike about it?